nation, Ghana. We must speak a language of peace, compassion, and mutual respect. We must build bridges, not barriers, for we are one people, sharing one land, and pursuing one identity and destiny.
And let's also bring you highlights from the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving yesterday, as His Eminence Cardinal Peter Kojo-Appiah-Texan has reminded Ghanaians that the task of transforming the nation cannot rest solely on the shoulders of President John Dramani Mahama, but must be a collective responsibility of all citizens. Now, speaking at the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving held in Accra yesterday, the former president of the Vatican's Dicastery of Promoting Integral Human Development urged the nation to embrace both spiritual values and civic virtues in pursuit of lasting national progress. Now, he challenges the public to take personal responsibility for shaping Ghana's future, noting that faith in God must reflect a clear moral vision for the country.
We need to go ahead and formulate also our own places within that vision. And that just means that we're looking for virtuous Ghanaians. We're looking for Ghanaians who are virtuous, who develop virtue, and who are led by virtue, who develop a fulcrum on which their own lives would balance on a virtuous conduct and virtuous positions. Otherwise, greed will dominate this land, and when greed dominates this land, there will be a lot of negative externalities to be borne by all of us. Negative externalities, we have them already. The Pra River doesn't sell prawns and shrimps anymore. Ofin River has become a puddle of mud. The Ankobra is already gone. Children in upstream who jump into waters that I used to do when I was a child, a stream to swim, they then are taken to the hospital with ruptured scrotum because of exposure to cyanide and mercury. So the negativities are with us. Our church hospitals in the middle part of this country talk about increasing children born with deformities. So, my dear friends, the external negativities are already with us. And it causes virtuous thinking to not simply look for personal gain and interest, but to think about Ghana as a nation. We need a real awakened sense of solidarity, fraternal solidarity, each one caring and each one feeling for the other.
Away from that, the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, has announced that the implementation of the Energy Sector's Recovery Levy Amendment Act 2025, Act 1141, will officially begin on July 16, 2025, following a temporary suspension last month. Now, in a statement signed by the Acting Commissioner General Anthony Akwesi-Sarpong, the authority referenced its earlier communication on June 13, 2025, which disclosed the government's decision to postpone the levy's rollout. The move, the GRA explained, was done in consultation with the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Energy, was to allow closer monitoring of the global market conditions and protect the progress made in stabilizing local fuel prices. Now, let's walk you through the details of the statement released from the GRA with regards to the implementation of the Energy Sector Recovery Levy. And it says commencement of the implementation of the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Act 2025, Act 1141. Reference is made to our previous communications dated 13 June 2025, which announced the postponement of the implementation of the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Act 2025, Act 1141. This decision was taken in consultation with the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Energy to allow for a comprehensive monitoring of global market conditions and to safeguard recent gains in domestic pump prices. We are pleased to inform you that following a thorough review of prevailing market indications and in line with the government's commitment to ensuring stable economic conditions, the implementation of the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Act 2025, Act 1141, will now commence effective 16th July 2025. As previously communicated in a letter dated June 9, 2025, Act 114 introduced an amendment to the following levy. So it brings a breakdown of what the levies are going to encompass, or which petroleum products the the levy is going to encompass light oils, monitored spirit, super petrol, PMI, AGO, diesel, there's marine gasoline, there's so marine gasoline, both local and foreign, heavy oil, heavy fuel oil, a continuous with a toll list, and then the stipulated rate at which these charges from the 16th of July would be as previously indicated before the 16th of July. There's also liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, there's refined oil, crude oil, and other petroleum prices. Now, it goes on to say that all stakeholders are hereby directed to take note of this new effective date and ensure full compliance with the provisions of Act 114. The Integrated Customs Management System, ICUMS, has been updated to reflect these changes, and all relevant calculations will be automatically applied to declarations from the effective date. Your cooperation is vital to successful implementation of this crucial or critical revenue measure, which is essential for Ghana's energy sector stability and overall economic development. Thanks for your continued understanding and compliance. Signed by Anthony Kwesi Sapong, the Acting Commissioner General at the Ghana Revenue Authority. Like I said earlier, this statement does still not include a sunset clause as to when the collection of this particular revenue or this particular levy is going to end. You would recall that when it was introduced in June, a lot of pushbacks, and one of them was the fact that this particular levy at the time was called the D-levy among Ghanaians, but we've been asked to call it what it is, which is the energy sector levy. Initially, there were lots of pushback. One paramount among them was the fact that there was no sunset clause as to when exactly we are going to stop collecting this revenue. Is it once we are able to sort out the energy sector debt and then have enough revenue to run the energy sector? What is going to happen with regards to this particular collection? But in coming days, we'll bring you extensive conversations as to proper education on what this particular levy seeks to achieve and how it's going to roll out beginning on the 16th of July 2025. Well, brace yourselves. Your guess is as good as mine. But finally, before I take leave of you, the U.S. Embassy in Ghana has announced the successful extradition of Joseph Boadu Boateng, also known as Dada Joe Remix, to the United States to face fraud charges. Now, in a Facebook post, the embassy revealed that its diplomatic security service special agents worked with Ghanaian authorities to assist the FBI in the operation. Now, Mr. Boateng was indicted for allegedly running a fraud ring that used romance and inheritance schemes to defraud American citizens of several $1 million. Now, the suspect, Dada Joe Remix, is now in the United States, where he will face justice on the charges of fraud. Let's walk you through the statement released by the embassy. It says, diplomatic service, security service special agents at the U.S. Embassy Ghana worked with the Ghanaian authorities to assist the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, in the extradition of Joseph Boadu Boateng, a.k.a. Dada Joe Remix. Boateng was indicted on charges of running a fraud ring that used romance and inheritance schemes to defraud U.S. victims of several millions of dollars. The suspect is now in the United States to face justice. Interesting news coming in this morning, but we'll keep our tabs on that particular conversation and bring you updates subsequently. But that's all for the morning news on the AM Club. For more news and updates, you know what to do. Log on to mx24online.com or follow us on our social media pages. It's MX24GH and MX24 News on Instagram. Or join us on our WhatsApp channel where you get news and timely updates. It's MX24 on WhatsApp. My name is Augustine Adam Kobe Saints. Do enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much, Augusta, for coming through with those stories. We're moving straight to sports right after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
right, so it's time for us to get into sports updates right here on the show. Attention, Avita fans. This is your final boarding call to take to the skies and become Ghana's Avita legend. Exclusive to Betway, take on the challenge, and if you are the best in the game, you will be crowned the winner of a sky-high 500,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Plus, you will get guaranteed free flights daily when you play Avita every day until the 30th of June. Get way more at betway.com.gh today. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. Betway, get way more. On to our first story. Antoine Semenyo has signed a new contract at the Cherries that will keep him at the club until 2030. The Ghanaian has put pen to paper on the new deal, which extends his current contract by 1 year after he joined AFC Bournemouth from Bristol City in January 2023. The new contract will also serve to ward off any potential buyers for Semenyo, with rumors linking him to other clubs this summer after a brilliant 2024-2025 campaign. The forward scored 13 goals and notched 7 assists in all competitions as the Cherries had a record-breaking season on the pitch. Well, we wish him the very best in Bournemouth as he takes charge over his striking prowess. Away from that, still on football, Real Madrid secured a 1-0 victory over Juventus at the Club World Cup thanks to a second-half strike from academy graduate Gonzalo Garcia as Kylian Mbappe made his tournament debut. Garcia, who replaced Mbappe after missing the group stage due to illness, scored early in the second half to set up a match with Borussia Dortmund, who also beat Monterrey by 2-1. So that was action right there. Real Madrid making sure that they book their place in the quarter-finals away from the round of 16. Still on tennis action now. World number 42 Diana Yastremska ousted reigning French Open champion Coco Gauff in the first round of Wimbledon yesterday, earning her first win over a top 2 player since 2019. Gauff became the third top 5 seed to fall on a shocking day of upsets. This is your final boarding call to take to the skies and become Ghana's Aviator legend, exclusive to Betway. Take on the challenge, and if you're the best in the game, you will be crowned the winner of a sky-high 500,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Plus, you will get guaranteed free flights daily when you play Aviator every day until the 30th of June. Get way more at betway.com.gh today. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. Betway, get way more. Visit the MX24 app to catch up on all the fun, excitement of this particular show, AM Club, featuring engaging conversations, thrilling live segments, and exclusive content you cannot afford to miss.
Now catch up with all the fun, the breaking news stories, sports, and business insights on mx24online.com. It's now time for us to take a deep dive into the world of entertainment and showbiz, and Daphne Flashley will take us through that.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Good morning, everybody. You're welcome to Entertainment News segments right here on the AM Club. My name is Daphne Flashley. I hope you guys are doing well today. And let's get into it. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing? Mimi, who are you fighting with yesterday?
Yeah,
I was just fighting.
You can't be doing that. National prayer and this
We're not
one.
fighting.
They were, because that was the...
We're not
fighting
fighting.
someone.
People misinterpreted that it wasn't fine. I mean, you could see I was smiling.
The video.
Yes.
It didn't look like I was smiling. I was smiling.
That's
I was smiling.
for you.
When we're working, and me, this is, I mean, anybody who knows me and is hoping.
I feel somebody was stressing you.
She was, you see, her face
Yeah,
looked,
somebody like somebody was stressing you,
Yeah.
and that's Mimi for you. If she's not a perfectionist, she's almost there. Into one year the end here, oh, you will get a bad bush.
I can attest. Even I can attest.
You can't attest to nothing.
I can attest.
You can't.
I've tested. Really, where were you when we needed yesterday? 2 days ago that you wore your honor. Yesterday we needed you for more, Your Honor. We were not there
to solve the case.
To solve more issues.
Sometimes
just like what's his name? Who did we even discuss that said no man can stick with one woman sexually?
Two-Face.
Two-Face. He said it in an interview. It's still going viral. But let's put that was yesterday.
But he's still married to the new girl, eh?
He's still married to Honorable Natasha.
Okay. And this is like the 100th time he said this thing.
But this is what I told you yesterday.
He keeps saying it.
He keeps saying it.
The guy is not loyal. The guy is a street. It's for the streets.
Ooh.
It's for the streets.
People, you've made Mimi's gangster come this morning. Let's get into it. Kwesiata Inuo Api.
Why?
Munye boy ne fine crab. If you realize, Kwesiata is now into food influencing, and it's a new hobby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on his TikTok. When you go on his TikTok, that's what's there.
I don't do well with TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok. I'm still struggling with TikTok.
Yeah. So it's not like that they pay him to do it, right? He's just doing free ads and all of that. It's his newfound hobby. You get what I'm saying? And he said that it inspired him because when he went outside the States, he saw that there were so many restaurants, so many foods that he can choose from. Coming back to Ghana, he has seen that in Dabena be a restaurant with him. So he just wants to put people on, especially in Tema. Most of his food influencing is in Tema, where he grew up. Now, people are thinking that because his music is not popping anymore, he switched into food influencing. So I say. So instead of him to get, the positive response, now people are saying that, so Charlie, is this where Kwesiata has gotten to now? And he's not happy about it. So he made a video which is going viral, talking to the haters, telling them that if you don't like the food video, then don't watch it and don't comment at all, because it really, 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 really gets one. It hurts him. So before we get into more of the story, Your Honor, let's take the video.
I will constantly show up as my whole self. Okay? I'll shine my lights as bright as God has gifted me to. And if they enter, I make you closer. Okay? So I'll be somebody who they love food since infancy. Like, I've loved food. And coming back to Accra, I'm like, there's so much food places that are like high up and on the same level as all these restaurants and food joints I go to when I'm outside the country. So why not shed light on these places? Because growing up in Tema, I didn't think there was a lot of variety for me to choose from in terms of food. So maybe this can show the kids that, Charlie, be every day you go chop bangkun. Be every day you go chop white rice and stew. Like, there's so many options you can choose from as well. So I've been dropping videos on TikTok, and the reception has been quite positive. But some of you have decided to be very evil and nasty about it in my comments, and I know they appreciate that. Okay? Some people have gone to the extent of being like, oh, I hope he goes broke and he starts eating Gary soakings and suffering so he can give us the type of music he used to give us. Charlie, empire me. Where are they send them back to sender? That's not a fucking life I want. I don't want to suffer, bro.
Well, ooh, this is what Kwesiata has for us to say. Back to sender came inside. Hey, what's going on?
I think 3 or 4 days straight, I will be saying, I've said this, okay, these artists need to get where they need to get to their terrain. They need to understand where they are. If you're a musician, I'm kind of a musician, not switching, so beton white chair. Uncle Bija Reggie Rockstone. Reggie Rockstone, or no, they are retired and so he wanted their whole attention to move to what he was doing. For years, he had to battle that.
You need to understand. You see, that is why they ask them to go and speak to their predecessors and the people who have done this thing for long. But they're not that humble to inquire. They're not that humble to find out how the terrain works. You're a musician. Everybody knows you to sing. You started influencing food. You can say, it will not happen. Even if you call the court of law, of arbitration, of everything to come and solve your matter, it will not work.
Kojo Sheldon did not. I'm sure this morning he won't agree with what you're saying because he was actually backing Kwesiata.
That is his opinion. That is his opinion. I'm okay with it. That is his opinion. I'm okay with it. What I'm saying is that he should learn. This boy has been here for long enough to know that bashing is part of the game. Being called that, in fact, Jay was going to say something, I'm going to say it was for him. When he was coming into the industry, he came with Gary Sokin. So this one come back to Gary Sokin. So that will be the next review. Yeah. That will be the next review on TikTok. He will review that Gary Sokin. You people will see it. And that is leveraging on the attention you have now.
But what's of his growth?
What growth?
What of his growth? If he doesn't want to eat Gary Sokin, he wants to do smoothies now.
Then he should go and he said that, okay, he can actually respond to it this way. As, okay, people want me to, I don't go drink this, I go do
smoothies.
Charlie, this is not where to come and be posing yourself as. Charlie, man. You know what? These guys they'll be fine. They'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. But they should take advantage of the opportunity that they have of people being around. If they need therapy, they should go for therapy. If they need support, they should go for support. They should stop this and they be a time video near. And they are not, and you know, they are doing that and they are forgetting that they are artists. They'll use all that time, that studio time, to go and do video, social media video.
Yeah. So Kojo Sheldon said, I do not understand where he's coming from. Ghanaians hate growth. They hate it when you evolve, explore, and experience new things. When your perspective on certain issues changes, they can't stand it. They want you to stuck in the past. So you also have Albert Nat Hyde and Bongo Ideas. He says the boys are not telling you the truth. You had more potential and talent. From what you've done so far, you've not even reached 10% of your ability. Evolving is supposed to bring in something new and fresh, but from where I stand, it's a decline.
Yes. See,
why are we agreeing with Bongo?
Because you see, you people haven't listened to Kwesiata. Kwesiata is just about starting. He doesn't even know that. Even him doesn't know that he's just about. I understand what he's been here 10 years. It's 10 years, it's enough. Or he's been here 20 years, so it's enough for everybody to accept him. Some people's peaking time, some people have to be patient to go through it, to peak well, because he's giving himself reason to decline. Do you get what I mean? Actually, again, it's him.
Again, it's him. We're moving on away from that, and controversial Nigerian entertainer Speed Darlington has defied the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons after being summoned. Okay, so this is what they are saying. He has to come and answer to questions, but Speed Darlington responding to them saying that if they want him to show up, they should send him 100 million naira or something to show up so that he comes to answer their questions. That's what Speed Darlington.
He doesn't have time for that.
He doesn't have time for that. What he has to do is to make music. But there's a video to that of him responding to them. And so let's take a look at the video. Then we'll be right back.
No, now pay attention. All this wanted you post away when I post everywhere. You need to take that shit down. Okay? Where is your evidence? Who is the complainant? When I want to use me, collect social media clout. Hey, look at us. We are doing our job. We summoned a celebrity and he came. I was born here too. I know the psychological mind game where when I want to use my name play. 2.5 million is what I round trip ticket for me and my PA to come because I call that appearance. You feel me?
You know one of this guy's song, right? If I take a step, you hear bang. Bend you know that song, right? So if he takes a step, 1.2 million. If he takes another step, 1.2 million. So that's what he's telling Naptip, that if he's to show up, it's an appearance and they need to pay him to appear to answer the
Ignorance
questions.
is a disease.
Ignorance is a disease.
It's a disease. And one American.
Well, let's move away from that. Yesterday, I saw D Black in Shade's Room comment session saying that it looks like this Diddy case, it looks like he'll be only charged for transportation, because I've never seen a jury that makes decision for half and said they are still contemplating on what to do with the remaining counts. So that is what they've done. They gave partial.
Do you know that? You know when we started this case, I said it here.
Yes.
That Diddy could walk. He could walk. And there's a very high potential as well that what he's been accused of, he probably did. But there's no evidence.
Yeah, no, and I'm so bashed. I was thinking about it this morning. I'm so bashed that court doesn't do emotions. You know what? Because if it's emotions, Cassie has won.
And you see, and again, there's only one victim we're talking about. It's only Cassie here. All the people that they're saying, where are they? The jury also, again, it has happened. At least I have seen some court proceedings online. I've followed some of these stories in Hollywood where the jury is confused. Because you see, again, the court doesn't deal with emotions. The jury's work is to read the room, read posture, start connecting dots of the story, and then come up and say, no. When we started connecting, we realized that in Toronto channel, so they're guilty. Or this story is too
wishy-washy.
It's shaky. Where is the real thing? These people don't look like they were forced into doing anything. So this guy could walk. So I'm telling you, as predicted by some lawyers and some people, and my girl Candice, this man might walk.
This man might walk, and the chances are very, very high.
Yes,
but let's get into it. So the jury in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial has reached a verdict on just 4 out of 5 counts, but deliberation continue on the most serious charge, racketeering conspiracy. The jury submitted a note saying they were unable to reach a verdict and are confused on the racketeering charge due to unpersuadable views on both sides. The judge instructed the jury to go and come back and continue deliberating rather than taking a partial verdict. Combs faces charges of sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution, and racketeering conspiracy, with potential sentences ranging from 15 to life in prison if convicted. Combs has pleaded not guilty, with his lawyers arguing that prosecutors are trying to criminalize his lifestyle. So with the counts is count 1, count 3, and count 5. That's what they've been able to reach to. We are trying to see what the racketeering case is going to be like. But I'll take D Black's side. It looks like it's only transportation. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because that's what they've been able to prove. That's it. That's the thing. It's crazy. And I was here every single time happy that...
The other bit is that, you see... okay, let me just leave it. Is this too sensitive to touch on?
Right.
I'm going to have to leave it. But
you think we need to tweak a law small? Deal with feelings small. Because we stood here and we spoke about how even though that Cassie was the one who requested for all these things to happen to her, it's out of fear sometimes, and also Stockholm Syndrome and the rest. That's all you've ever known. So if there were things like Stockholm Syndrome and fear and this being considered in court, I think that it would be a better place. But who are we and who am I to, you know?
I'm just really worried that maybe a lot more has happened, but the cleanup was good.
The cleanup was good.
I'm just worried.
You know? And they just had a mishap on the hotel video. They thought they cleaned everything up, and then the mishap on the hotel video, and the hotel video came out.
We'll see where this
We live to see.
We'll see where this
we live to see. When their confusion is all said and done, we live to see where this case is going to go to. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all we have for you today on Entertainment News segment. My name is Daphne Flashley. Enjoy the rest of the show. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for coming through with those entertainment stories, Daphne. Well, in today's dynamic business environment, a robust workforce is pivotal to achieving success, and this is why we at Equity Health Insurance, we have designed our corporate health insurance plans to empower your employees and bolster your organization's performance. Now, with Equity Health Insurance, your investment transcends ordinary insurance. It represents a commitment to the future of your company. Now, health plans are individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of your employees, offering comprehensive coverage and exceptional benefits. Our support goes beyond administrative tasks and premiums. At Equity Health Insurance, we are dedicated to standing by your side throughout the entire journey. So please feel free to reach out to us on 050-1515-124 or 0539-135-073 so that we can further enhance the level of service we provide to you. Equity Health Insurance, we're always here for you.
Well, Telesol Cash has a great news for you, all right? And you almost say send it, keke. So it's even free when you're sending from Telesol Cash to another Telesol Cash. Of course, all you have to do is just dial *110#, *110#, and that's it. That's all that guarantees you to be a part of this family. And send it, keke. All right. Okay, well, that's a wrap for Coffee Daily right here on the show. Up next, we get straight into Lifestyle Daily and a whole lot more right here on the show. We'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and now experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24, fun, fearless, and factual.
What inspired me to start Style and Glamour packaging firms? I saw a need on the society, that is the environment, how plastics are destroying the natural environment. So we wanted to do something, provide an alternative to plastics. I'm Dorina Medio. I'm the founder of Style and Glamour Enterprise. Glamour is a socially and environmentally conscious business dedicated to empowering young women in the production of reusable bags, that is food boxes, pizza boxes, paper bags, and tote bags, and the sales of these items as well. Style and Glamour has been in business for the past 5 years. I started with myself and one other staff. So gradually realized that the demand was coming and we couldn't meet the demand with only the two of us working. So that's how we started employing more staff. Now our staff strength is about 15. We believe in women empowerment. So when it comes to Style and Glamour, our workforce is about 99% women. We work with women.
I started more Style and Glamour 2 years ago. The Jumano Abuame. Ama me kura me timi support me kunu ene me ma ti ejuma na de eye pa.
Personally too, I am fulfilled because I wanted to do something. I have been able to achieve it. Waking up every morning, seeing that I've put a smile on these young women's faces is a fulfillment for me. I want to see more women employed, and the future to me is bright. All that we need is funding to get a bigger space to employ more women. And I see Style and Glamour go beyond the borders of Ghana to at least our neighboring countries around.
This is
my first time patronizing from her, and I'll see that I would go again and again and again to patronize from her because she is a solid brand.
With the Ghana Growth Program, first of all, I saw it on TV and then on the social media handles as well. And I think you are doing a great job. Bringing businesses into the limelight is key because people get to know what young people are doing in the country.
If
you want to start a business, have the vision first. Believe in what you have and work towards it. Consistently and diligently. Don't think about, oh, I don't have the capital to start a business. Start small and bit by people will start believing in your dreams and your aspirations, and then they will invest in you, and then you will get it. Ghana grows all day!
Ghana grows. Hope Day.
Introducing Betway's Bet Influencer, a groundbreaking feature where you can make money by just sharing codes. He just needs to share his codes and make money. The more his codes are used, the more money he makes. Oh yes, so what are you waiting for? Anyone can be a bet influencer. Share your codes and make money. Bet Influencer, another world first from Betway.
This advert has been approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, get way more.
Rent back with the Pia come on. Come see what? Wait, this guy. My friend, see before.
It's the Telestar Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telestar Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telestar Play app to opt in and start winning in the Telestar Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
When is campaign? If you're a baby, many schedule no. If you know, meto etiaka. Inti ene, uno banu mumpe baby amubeda. Oh, no abeka. You did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Once upon a time, in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you please show me where the Presby Church is?
Oh, sure. Go straight. 10 left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Right after that tree, there is a watcher cellar. If you reach, ask there. Anybody will show you.
When the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Why Fatika on to be dribble? The coach must go. Beloved Gobe, as you wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibe.
Have you acted? Mommy Gobe, the cocoa. One Garino.
These, my dear ones, are some few moments that makes our Ghana truly special.
And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lele rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Lele rice, ye nimno free tete. This advert is FDA approved.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Well, you're welcome back to the AM Club right here on MX24. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah. You're welcome. Well, we're getting into Lifestyle Daily, the segment of this show that teaches and educates us and makes sure that we understand conversations very well. Okay, and so this morning is no exception. We are going to be getting into a very big conversation, very important one at that. But before we do that, let's talk about something very important as well. Your health is your greatest asset, and planning for future medical needs is essential. The Equity Future Health Plan is a long-term health savings and insurance solution designed to provide financial security for your future medical expenses. Now, with flexible contribution options, this plan ensures that you or your loved ones are covered in times of needs, whether it's routine checkups, specialized treatments, or emergency care. You can enjoy peace of mind knowing that your healthcare is secured. By subscribing to the Future Health Plan, you gain a structured health savings fund, access to top-tier medical care, financial protection against unforeseen health expenses. Start planning for a healthier tomorrow today. Contact us on 050-6607-910 or 050-9969-010 to enroll today. Equity Health Insurance, we say always here for you.
Now, with the Dzibu water, staying refreshed has never been easier. Dzibu water provides clean, healthy water you can trust as your go-to source for drinking and cooking, with options of our innovative 20-liter bottles that come with a tap and 18.9-liter bottles. Your dispensers will have a breath of new life as our clean and hygienic Dzibu water flows through them for your consumption. Whether you need a cool drink to quench your thirst or fresh cooking water to make your meal taste its best, Dzibu water is the answer to your clean water needs. Order for your clean water now by calling us on 0209-845-817 or visit our website at www.dzibuco.com/gh for more information about our brand. Dzibu water, a better life.
So like I said earlier, if you joined us earlier on the show, I did tell you that we're going to be getting into this conversation. If you're joining us, if you're just coming in, well, you're late, but you're not so late. You are right on time for our big conversation. We're discussing mobile money as a business and its security risk to the consumer. Mobile money has transformed financial services by offering fast, accessible, and low-cost transactions, especially in emerging markets where traditional banking is limited. Well, in Ghana, elsewhere, I went to an African country, right, and they were so into this whole bank accounts thing. Like, everybody has a bank account, and they actually know their bank account numbers, their account numbers off head, like their call numbers. And I was like, let me give them their props. Nigeria, our brothers, they have their account numbers on their minds like MoMo number. But because we did not have that culture, social that's the social money. Mobile money took up that responsibility and has given us easy way to transact money. As a business, it has opened up new revenue streams for telecoms and fintechs while empowering millions of consumers and small businesses. However, rapid growth has also exposed users to significant security risk, now including fraud, SIM swap scams, and data breaches. In this conversation, we are going to be looking at or exploring the business side of mobile money and dive into the rising threats facing consumers, asking the big question: how secure is the system, and what more needs to be done to protect the people who rely on this every single day? Well, we went out there to have a conversation with some Ghanaians who use mobile money, who are vendors, and also, of course, users. And today we have their response for you. We're going to take a look at it quickly, then we'll come back into the studio to have the conversation.
My name is Kelvin, and I've been doing the business for 3 months now. After I completed and decided not to continue, into the university. Yeah, so I used my university money for MoMo, and it's somehow cool though, but it's also risky, because when I say it's somehow risky, somebody will come, some will try to fraud you, others will come using knives at you. Although I haven't experienced that before, but I'm just saying, to what I've seen and also heard, aside that, it's cool.
My name is Prince Popolampo, and I've been doing this job for like, let me say 1.5 years. we as mobile money, sometimes we face some challenges like scammers and people bringing fake money and all those stuff. Let's say somebody wants to do some, what's the name? Cash out. If you talk to somebody there somewhere, so you won't give you the number, that one to be something for just belay your eye and watch the thing inside. Yeah, and you for the close early too, that be one thing. Sometimes the motor niggas for the roam around, like the way we dey hear for the new stuff and things, then for the kill MoMo vendors and stuff. Have you seen that thing?
Juma we have your challenge baby sometimes we build me a bros car. Now this scan is your bag, we show bag and scan and shim. This make as a menu be your mama or me. Your bros car, we see our bag in the dam and fan come at that time. Or bag now spaces be brave over to me they are saying chain be for some time and so what thing about back. Cause every last me be out to me that. I can't now me cause me started business and then change. Me started business me 1.5 years and go me then change. Wow, be a more juma and then the sika and the phones amount say 5 years juma. Now I got you back with the scanner how. Me grana adwuma me am de ana me de obi am njindi me ka so boa obozo odi mi sika enti na okasa bana sika na yera wo ya won hwie yi on ba ko no anfa hwie aya ahi bi mbo no de brɛ me obaye credit 10 cedis me dis kana kam me de wie na me sika almost 4,000 ayera me ana me tua ma de ti me sra mu adwuma we de.
Yes, as shocked as you are, but these are some of the challenges our brothers and sisters out there running this business that is supposed to feed them to take care of their livelihoods are facing. And this wasn't the goal for the introduction of mobile money. But we are definitely facing some of the challenges. In fact, this is on the side of the vendors. When you talk about the consumers, I mean, customers in there, it gets worse from there. But I think that this new story of mobile money vendors being robbed and killed also became a big conversation. That is why it has become imperative for us to have this conversation. Joining us for this morning online via Zoom will be Saviour Dzage. He's an IT specialist, and Peter Asare Nyarko is joining us in studio. He is certified financial coach. We are going to be getting into the technical and financial aspect of this business. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
Good to have you back here in the studio. I've not seen you in a while.
Good to be back.
This way, me
yes.
Yes. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
Thank
back. Is it welcome back to me or welcome back to you? Because you've been here this year.
This year.
He's been here, right? He's been here this year.
Yes.
Yeah, I was in here.
Yes.
I was in here. Yes. But this conversation is so important. We heard our brothers talk about how our spiritual it's gone beyond the technical aspect, and so it's become highly risky to get into this business. Apart from this particular situation we face, because I've seen that someone mentioned it, and then so two people mentioned this situation. We're also seeing that the fraudulent numbers to transfer money is also one of the problems.
Yeah.
But what are the most common security threats faced by mobile money users today?
Great. Thank you very much, and let me greet our viewers. Yes, just like we heard from the conversation, mobile money, though it has made the entire financial system convenient for users, it also come out with a lot of challenges. And one of the common challenges with mobile money is the fact that people can take your identity. And so there's this thing called identity theft. And so if someone have your number, they can easily manipulate into your mobile money system. And if you are not careful enough, you might give out your pins, your MoMo pins, because they might send you an information that will entice you to follow up, or you have won this amount of money, so we need this information from you. just recently I had a call from someone, and then the person was like, I'm calling from MTN. Looking at the number, the 00 and everything, you will believe this is coming from MTN.
Yeah.
And so he said someone is trying to hack my mobile money account. And so they are trying to resolve that for me. And so if someone calls me for any number, I shouldn't give that number out.
Yes.
So when immediately that call ended, I received another call from someone who said he has transferred money into my account, so I should transfer the money back. And I said, I haven't received any money. And then the person kept on calling. And so I received another call from this number who claims to be an MTN agent, saying that, so the people want to hack into my account, but then they want to protect my account for me.
Yeah.
So they are going to send a message. The moment I receive the message, I have to send them the code so that they can protect my mobile money accounts for me.
Yes.
I was like, these people, they don't know who they are talking to. So I received the code, and then how the code came, if you are someone who does not understand some of these things, you will easily send the code to them for them to protect your account for you. So I decided not to send the code to this number. The person called again, and I was like, Charlie, find a better job to do than doing this. And so these are some of the challenges consumers face. And then the people who do not understand this fraud issues, identity theft and all that, they usually fall prey to some of these things.
I don't know whether this is going to be for you or for Mr. Dzage online, but yesterday, so this phone I'm holding is my iPhone, my favorite phone, right? So I'm always with it. But this phone does not have mobile money on it. It doesn't have. Like, I haven't registered it's on mobile money. So yesterday I received a message that cash received 150 Ghana cedis for Christ the King Enterprise, King Solomon Echampontema, opposite Liberty Filling Station. So I'm supposed to receive this message and think I've received. So the number started calling me. Or a fraud in here, call him and blast him. The number is 059-381-3394. Fraudulent number. He kept calling, say, was sending me sika.
No.
It means sending me sika. Look at the message.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can zoom into the message. Yeah. This is a message. So I'm supposed to see that I've received. Do I do this or that? Are you getting it? I'm supposed to receive this message and think that someone has sent me money.
No.
And then by this, I'm supposed to be wanting to send. How I know it's fraudulent is I don't have mobile money on this number. This number is not registered on mobile money. So this is what we're talking about this morning. If you have been a victim of this before, if I didn't know, if it was my old woman be in the village, she would actually think that someone has actually sent her money. Yeah. And then she would start wanting to send the money back to the person if she had any money on her mobile money platform. So these are some of the things we're talking about this morning. And so if you're out there, stay tuned. We're learning on the show. Do we have Mr. Dzage on the line?
To all your viewers and listeners across the globe.
Good morning, Saviour.
And to contribute to the conversation.
Awesome. But you've seen my issue this morning, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Is that not interesting?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. It's rather fortunate that you are quite, you are very learned and also a bit tech savvy, so you are able to spot some of this, all right? But mobile money by its nature was actually targeted at the informal demographic, and so we have a lot of people who are less tech savvy and a lot of people who ideally would not have access to traditional bank accounts using this. And that in itself also poses a lot of challenges because these same demographics are not able to really uncover some of these issues, and rather unfortunately they end up falling victims. I can bet if this message was sent to maybe my grandmother in the village or maybe one of my relatives that's not so well educated, they might have fallen victims and probably gone ahead to transfer some money back to these fraudulent guys. But Mobile money fraud in itself, I mean, it takes a lot of forms, various forms. My brother was just trying to talk about what approach, but apart from the technical bit, which largely deals with cybersecurity issues, and I think on mostly that side is like well covered because the telcos really have state-of-the-art technology infrastructure in place to uncover some of these transactions in real time. But the other bit which poses a lot more danger is what we call the social engineering bit, okay, where people actually pose as either workers of MTN or somebody running a promo, and I mean, by virtue of that, get into the minds of people, are able to manipulate them, and then get them to transfer money to these fraudulent, individuals. So the social bit is really where the problem is. Technically, I think we do not have a lot of incidents happening because there are breaches in the technical or the technology infrastructure as we will have it. But then mostly it has to do with people manipulating other individuals that are less suspicious and might not be so tech savvy, and then they end up falling victims.
And you say that so well because, again, I mean, this is what we see happening a lot. But when it comes to the financial mistakes people make using mobile money services, what could those be? Financial mistakes that people make. Some you've seen happen just a lot. You were like, why are we making these mistakes? But we've talked about it. What are some of the common mistakes people make, financial mistakes that people make using mobile money?
Okay, great. Still based on that point of social engineering and exploitation of people, right? And people readily falling victims to some of these, unscrupulous people. So the scams usually come in different forms. So you usually receive a call from somebody or maybe an SMS from somebody just as you did. And then they ask you to disclose certain information about yourself and certain information about your mobile money account. Most of the time it will be an OTP, which is simply a one-time password that is usually used to authenticate such transactions. So they manipulate in a way that you readily disclose this information. So they tell you, oh, maybe an SMS was sent to you and there is a code in that SMS, send it back to me. And because you do not know the implications of this, you readily disclose such information. And then it goes to your disadvantage. Secondly, people use, very less secure authentication mechanisms. So I can bet a lot of people actually who own mobile money wallets will either use maybe their year of birth or maybe their vehicle registration number or something along those lines as their mobile money pins, okay? So if I'm able to accurately guess the year in which you were born and I manipulate that number, I'm very sure I can actually break into your mobile money wallet. And that's been the situation for a lot of people that I personally know. So we have problems with disclosure, and we also have problems with how people actually, set up their mobile money wallets. And for the longest time, even me, I'm a corporate in this particular one. For the longest time, we don't even change our mobile money pins.
Yes.
Okay. Since I've owned a mobile money wallet, I'm not so sure when I last changed my PIN. And that's been the situation for a lot of people. But for such systems that are so vulnerable, changing your pins should be something that happens very, very often. And you should also try as much as possible not to use numbers or strings that people can easily predict. For example, the year in which you were born, or maybe the month and then the year, combination of that, or maybe the vehicle registration number, or something along those lines. It makes it very easy for these people to predict and actually have access to your mobile money wallet. And then thirdly, I also think that people just out of maybe greed or something fall victims to these people very easily. So they tell you they are running some promotions, and because of that, they need you to disclose some information about yourself. And you readily disclose those information. Once they have access to that, they get access to your mobile money wallet and they're able to sweep money from your account. So there are a lot of ways, but these are the most common and the most prominent.
But that's on the tech side. But that's on the tech side. So I'm going to switch that question back to you in the studio, talking about finances, so the money bits. You are the one from the financial aspect, so you're going to touch on that bit for me. Yes. So he just touched on the tech bits of that, the common mistakes we make with regards to mobile money. But you are going to be touching on the tech, the financial aspect for me quickly.
Great. So, with some of the common mistakes, building up on what he said, I think one other aspect we can look at is our quest to get credit. And so every link that takes us to a digital platform to be able to access loan, you just click on that link. What you do is you are giving out your information to these people to be able to get back to you. And so consumers should take note of links that are being sent to them just because they want to access some quick loans, some microcredits, that can also put them at a risk. But then let's come to the financial planning perspective. I think mobile money, because of its accessibility, people do not track their transactions. People do not track their transactions. And so because you can always pay anything with your MoMo, you can buy things with your MoMo, people do not keep track of their transactions. And that can lead to overspending. Because it is easy to, if I'm buying something, I'll just use my MoMo to pay. If I'm going here, I'll just use my MoMo to pay. That can lead to overspending because you have easy access to it. And two, because you can also use MoMo to get quick loans and all those things, I see a lot of people incurring a lot of debt just because they have access to mobile money.
Yeah.
Because anytime you don't have money, you can just pick your mobile money and then go online, get some quick loans just to sort yourself. And that is also putting a lot of people into financial mess. And so these are some of the common mistakes people do with their MoMo.
Is it that I've never gotten to the threshold of, because anytime me too, I want to get a loan, they deny me of the loan.
Yeah, so they look at one, your threshold.
Okay.
And so you need to get to a certain point before you can.
Me, when I'm even getting the interest, Grandpa, it's even small. So
and then two, they also look at your credit score.
Credit score.
Yes. So let's say if you borrow money from quick loan.
Okay.
And then they give you a week to pay back that money, and you are not able to pay back. Even when you pay this one, if you are going for the next one, they won't
give it to you.
Grant you the access.
Mimi, can I get into a follow-up with Saviour?
Oh, sure.
Saviour, if you're with us, quickly, one, you did mention the fact that some people have, maybe it's quite easy for them to just, pinpoint with regards to their birth dates and whatnots with the PIN and everything. I want to ask, how does the Opramanda work with regards to authentication? So you see, with regards to social media apps and what have you, maybe there are 2 authentication factors that come in together just to make your page safe. That's with your page with reference to that. Can something of that sort be created for MoMo?
Absolutely. And I think it's one of the recommendations I'll probably make to such service providers. Because the authentication for mobile money transactions is actually quite straightforward. You just initiate a transaction and you enter your PIN, and that's basically it. But that process is clearly broken because we've seen these fraudulent people being able to exploit it very easily. But there are some other service providers or some other financial service providers that actually go the route of 2-factor authentication, where even after you have provided your PIN, they still send an OTP or something we call the one-time password to a verified phone number that is linked to your account. And you are able to confirm the transaction based on that OTP that is sent to you before the transaction is actually validated. Unfortunately, using the USSD option for mobile money, which is actually the most common channel that we all transact through, we do not have that authentication layer. So if anybody is able to predict your PIN, and I mean, you're as good as done. You are just going to sweep money off your account. So one recommendation we make to the telcos and other digital financial service providers is to really employ the use of several layers of authentication that make these transactions more secure. That being said, that being said, I also encourage people to actually use the mobile money apps, okay? Apart from the USSD, we also have other channels like the mobile money apps by themselves that actually factor in the multiple level authentications that makes it very difficult for people to actually break into it. So for those apps, you have to probably log in, and some of them even have facial or fingerprint authentication for you to be able to get access and validate transactions. So to be on the safer side, maybe we should be gravitating more towards the use of such mobile applications instead of the USSD that is quite vulnerable.
I think it could even get to a point where they can actually even copy or encrypt that of the mails, where when you cannot even get into your mail and your password, they're asking you what is your favorite meal and what is your grandmother's name and all those things. I mean, we should get to that point. What do you think about that?
Yeah, exactly. There are several ways we can actually authenticate transactions. So the PIN is just one of them. The two-factor authentication is also just one of them. But there are questions like this, security questions, that only you have answers to. So when transactions are spotted as suspicious, we could go a step further to ask some of these security questions. And if the customer is able to provide the accurate answers, we can go ahead to validate these transactions. Secondly, also, I think that the PIN approach or even the two-factor authentication approach is a bit limited, all right? There's something we call token authentication in security, right? So those ones don't necessarily are not necessarily based on like maybe 4-digit pins or 5-digit pins and stuff like that. They provide you a string, a very long string, which is a token. And the longer the string to predict, okay? So instead of using a 4-pin digit, which is very easy for people to actually, break into, why don't we use more secured layers like the token authentication that becomes very difficult for people to predict. If you're able to put in some of these measures, I think that it will help a long way to, beat down some of these fraudulent transactions. And,
but quickly, just to clarify this, there's this notion that some telecommunications do have insiders. It's been alleged that they have insiders who've been providing information to other people for them to be able to use that to fraud people. Are you of the school of thought that this is happening, or you feel that it's just mere allegations?
That's actually a very huge possibility, because social engineering works in multiple ways. Sometimes you need to have these insiders to be reveal information on these customers for the fraudster, or the fraudster actually to be able to carry out the activities. So if we take an example, for instance, maybe SIM swap fraud, right? SIM swap fraud is simply when fraudsters illegally transfer a user's SIM to maybe a new device. So you have an existing SIM, all of a sudden that SIM is blocked, and then the account on that SIM is transferred to another SIM. Those things are not things that can happen without an insider support, okay? So we often have collaborators within the telcos, and then, collaborating with these guys, and through social engineering, they're able to manipulate and get access to some of these individuals. So yeah, that is a very huge possibility. We can't rule that out. But once again, you need to be, when you're talking about things like this, you just need to be sure you have evidence. Possibility, and it's something that we think can happen.
Well, thank you very much for that submission. Now, Peter, the reason why this even came into mind, I remember I was just driving past and I saw some mobile money operators, and I've realized that their security these days is like they've got burglar proofs, so it clicked, and then I had to send a message to my producer that this will be a very good topic to talk about. With regards to security, because we've seen a lot of mobile money vendors being killed left, right, center. It's not looking good at all. Recently, there was one that happened, and it was gruesome. Yes. Moving forward, how can the financial institutions or the financial sector come into collaboration with our security agencies to collaborate and help make sure that this job is also, you know, a safe place?
Sure. I think, yes, it's in terms of providing security, I think it both ways.
Okay.
So the vendors must take some actions, and then the security agencies must also take some actions. So for example, on the vendor side, make sure you have strategically positioned your mobile money vending points at a location where it's an open space. And so if you are running your mobile money joint in a corner, it is easy for people to come after you. But then if you're operating as a location where people can easily see you or you have people around you, it will be a big difficult for people to come after you. And two, I think the mobile money, the telcos must, yes, collaborate with the security agencies. I know there is a cyber security agency, and make sure every report that is being done. Because personally, I've reported a lot of numbers to MTN, and nothing is being done about it. And so the telcos must collaborate with these security agencies, and immediately they receive any report from vendors, from consumers, they should take action. Because if actions are not being taken, these people will not stop. They will always come after the consumers, they'll go after the vendors. And so I think there's this collaboration that the telcos, because it is their business. It is helping them make profit. And so once they sustain the business, they are going to make a lot more profit. And so they have to take this into their own hands and then collaborate with, they can even bring in Ghana Police Service to make sure they are safeguarding their vendors, making sure they are always checking up on their vendors and then protecting them from harm. Yeah.
I think finally, I would like us to touch on how because you touch on very important conversation, one of which I think a lot of us are victims to, and that is I have access to my mobile money. So when I see the dress is nice, cash out, and we do that a lot. But how do we, even though we have access to our finances, because mobile money is to make our lives easier, but then also we are supposed to stay disciplined.
Yeah.
How do we strike the balance? How are we able to stay disciplined even though we have access to cash?
Yes. So Miriam, what I would say is convenience is not freedom. Yes, mobile money gives us convenience. We can access the financial services without struggle. But then that does not mean you have financial freedom. And so even if you have that convenience to spend, you have access to your money, wherever you are, you can spend money. You should also think in terms of how do I save enough money, even with my mobile money. So I tell people mobile money is there to help you save. There are ways you can use mobile money to even save more. There are ways you can use your mobile money to do investment. And so we should understand mobile money from that broader perspective, and not just for transactions, not just for payment, but then how can I also use my mobile money to do investment, to even buy T-bill, to save. And so these are some of the ways we need to think about it.
Okay.
And then the second thing we can also do with our mobile money is that we need to separate our personal, our business finance. And so I tell people, the vendors, when I go to them, I mostly ask them, are you sure you have your own personal mobile money account and then the business account? Most of the people, they don't separate that. They operate their business from their personal mobile money account. And this is where you will always be using your mobile money to buy stuff, to pay stuff. But then the moment you separate them, you know this amount of money is my personal money, and this is for my business. And so if I'm doing my transaction, review my transaction at the end of the month, I look through my transaction information, and I know I sent this amount of money to this person, I sent to this person, and you are able to track where your money went. And so that is really important. you need to, mobile money gives you access to track, it gives you financial statements.
It does.
If you run a bank account, you have to go to the bank to print out your financial statement. But this one, the moment you make the payment, you have your statement.
Yeah.
And so it gives you the opportunity to track your statements and keep you on track. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Right, so again, this, like we say all the time on this platform, we don't even have enough time to do all these conversations, but we touch on very important aspects of the conversation that will help you and guide you on how to go about living, especially when it comes to finances. I am big on that, and I think that we have done justice to this conversation. We can continue anywhere else, but note that these pointers are helpers to you, for you to make better decisions. This has been the Lifestyle Daily segment of the AM Club. We'll move straight to the plug right after this.
Hi, my name is Ricky. I'm a TV host and a self-styled chef. Cooking is my ultimate passion, and it's something I would say is my calling. Now, for those who cook a lot like me, there's one fact they'll always state. Ingredients decide how tasty your food is. And for me, the game-changing ingredients is water. Tap water at the moment is not the best option considering what's going on in the country. Also, such as water can taste weird and produce too much waste, so it's a no-no for me. My number one choice for cooking is Jibu water. Cooking with Jibu water enhances the flavor of your food. And it's not just that. Unlike other brands where you have to pour it from a heavy bottle, the 20-liter dispenser bottle comes with a tap that makes things so easy. So you see how simple it is with Jibu? Cooking with Jibu gives you big flavors and great taste without all the stress. Remember to cook with Jibu.
Jibu, transforming opportunity to thrive.
Welcome to Deluxe Experience Ghana, your trusted partner in creating unforgettable events. From breathtaking stage designs to dazzling lighting solutions, we bring your vision to life with precision and creativity. Our expert event planning and consultation services ensure every detail is taken care of so you can enjoy a stress-free experience. Capture every moment with our professional photography, videography, and live streaming services because every memory deserves to be cherished. Transform your event venues into a masterpiece with our exquisite interior lighting and permanent designs tailored to suit your style and theme. At Deluxe Experience Ghana, we don't just plan events, we create experiences. Let's make your next event extraordinary. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe. Contact us today on 0267 83 7006 or 0545 03 8620 and 0545 03 7520. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe.
Once upon a time, in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you please show me where the Presby Church is? Oh, sure. Go straight. 10 left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Right after that tree, there is a watches cellar. If you reach, ask there. Anybody will show you.
Player into one young Sana. When the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Why Fatika on to be dribble? The coach must go. The sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As we wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibe.
Have you at it? Mommy Gobe Nubu, the Cocono. One Ugarino. But I said, have you
These, my dear ones, are some few moments that makes our Ghana truly special.
And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lily rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Lily rice, ye nimno free tete. This advert is FDA approved.
Step into the world of fashion, where creativity meets innovation and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, we delve into the journeys of influential voices in the fashion and beauty industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends expert styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Join me every week as we celebrate the art, the passion, and the people behind the scenes who make fashion more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV.
The all-new season of your favorite evening talk show is here.
You need to work to be able to get what you want.
Can I think get what off?
If a man understands that the woman's makeup, sexual makeup, is not same as mine, I need it every 2 days. In fact, some men need it every day.
The Dish returns on your screens with more laughter, inspiration, and powerful conversations with progressive women than ever before.
They are my brothers, they are my friends.
In trying to please people, you begin to lose yourself. You get to a point where you don't even know who you are anymore. And then people start to define.
This season, we're diving deeper into real-life issues affecting women, unfiltered and raw. We're addressing challenges faced by women in our society.
I'm like, how do I want to be in a place where I wake up every day and I have marks, my face is swollen, or something has happened to me some way or the other, and I'm supposed to be covering up and giving an excuse for someone who is doing that to me? It doesn't feel good.
Join us every week as we sit down with incredible women, each with their own stories to share.
If you read my caption, that was
I brought you here to have an interview, and that's what we're going to do.
Stories that will move you, challenge you, and leave you thinking long after the show.
Owning your sexuality is understanding and being aware of your individual energy. It's more than the physical, it's the energies that you also come with into this universe.
From the triumphs to the struggle, we're covering it all.
At the point where I realized that my auntie needed some particular help, I said, no, I have to stand up and talk about mental health.
Get ready for thought-provoking conversations, inspiring guests, and a whole lot of heart. This is The Dish, where women lead the conversation. Don't miss out.
The Dish is presented by Epiglow.
Drama, betrayal, faith, forbidden love. What would you do when life writes a chapter you didn't ask for? Every broken pen has a story to tell. Every story has a lesson to learn. But the question is, how do you fix it? The Broken Pen Show is back. Real stories, raw truths, and maybe, just maybe, the answers you've been looking for. Hi, ladies. Hi. Your story isn't over. Let's fix it together with a cold glass of Nax cocktail. Catch the Broken Pen Show every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on MX24 TV. My name is Yavita, and I am your host. Cheers.
I want to find out one thing. What happened with you and Cookie?
One day Cookie calls me and says, bro, I want to do my solo album. Ghana, if somebody go, blah, blah, even for the media space right now, go talk your mind right now, they go talk to they go blacklist you. Event organizers self, they go, then boom, balance one.
This was a part of our group. One of the times we feature on 9,010 labs. Fluid, so I called him, so speak to my manager. Where?
Patience is a virtue that carries a lot of weight. Yeah. Always know that you live to fight another day.
I feel say we musicians, one thing we like do, we know how to create. Yeah. But the business part, we know the add them to whatever we do.
Me right now, as I stand here, everything is about marketing. If like
the people I was looking up to, these two boys called famous people. Their work looked like they had like they were like 17 people or 20 people.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports update, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Into the virtual world with us, where our passion for gaming will produce unparalleled content like you've never seen before. You're welcome to the VGA Esports Show, where we'll be producing top-level esports action and the gaming stories from all around the world.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette.
This is what we want, because without media, people can't hear. And VGA's approach in creating the content, how they put the graphics together, it's much more appealing. And as I said again and again and again, they have documented our space in video, in graphics, in sounds as well.
Welcome to VIP Access Podcast. The second season is here. Steady.
The stars behind Africa's music industry, from Kenyan contemporary music to hip-hop.
No, I'm happy to be here.
So, South African jazz to the best in pop music.
Oh my God.
Then 2022 was now the surprise, guys. I'm back. How did imagination rescue me as a kid?
The most powerful stories emerge behind the scenes.
Creativity has no bounds. Like, we are all intermingling and cross-pollinating.
I'll always be inspired if you keep on listening.
VIP Access is back like we never left.
The legend.
KNIILANTE.
It's a decision.
That love me.
Amazing.
On the show, I am John Jermaine.
Boy, you've always used my heart to play. Do you think that I will follow you again? Deny my fool. Keeps on breaking my head, keeps on aching. Oh boy, you can do this to me, to me. Player, 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 player. You play with my mind, lower, 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 lower. You see me low, player, 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 player. If I'm a commandeer, stop playing games. Nyama waka account. You made me believe so much. Nyamaga favi account. I'm not gonna cry no more. And the lies you told, you took me for a fool. And now I've cried so much. Feels like I'm drowning in a pool. My heart keeps on breaking. My head keeps on aching. Oh boy, you can do this to me, to me. Player, 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 player. You play with my mind, lower, 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 lower. You see me low, player, 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 player. If I'm a comedy, I grow. Stop playing games. Player, 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 player. You play with my mind, lower, 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 lower. You sing me low, player, 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 player. If I'm a comedy, I grow. Stop playing games. Nyama waka account. You made me believe so much. Nyamaga fabi account. I'm not gonna cry no more. And the lies you told, you took me for a fool. And now I've cried so much. Feels like I'm drowning in a pool.
Oh, just got to love it. Just got to love it. Oh my goodness, I love it. But I beg, who you talk to? Have you gotten your heart broken before?
No, I wouldn't say I've gotten my heart broken before, no.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We've got Enyo inside the studio. Did I pronounce it right?
It's Enyo.
Enyo.
It's Enyo, yeah.
Because, I mean, the symbol,
yeah, the symbol
is end.
Yeah.
So, okay. So
I tried to make it creative a little.
Okay, yeah. I was telling my co-host that I like the creative process in there. So, your name is Enyo.
Enyo, yes.
All right, nice. How long have you been in the game?
Okay, so I'll say 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, 4 years, but I still like taking it very seriously like last year. So
like last year?
Yeah.
What took you so long?
Nothing took me so long. I'm just like still like, no.
Okay. You
You
feel now is the right time?
Yeah. I feel
More or
like
less?
yeah, more or less.
Okay.
That's the right time.
If you were to describe your type of music, in what category would you put that?
I would go with Afrofusion.
Afrofusion. Okay. Why that genre?
I feel like I flow more other side. Yeah, I do other sides too, but I feel like this is what I'm more comfortable with.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why.
And when you say other sides, which other sides are we saying? So
like
we can say
rap,
that
I can
rap.
do anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Fantastic. Watching the space and watching, especially when it comes to the female side, we've realized that for a longer period, females are complaining, oh, it's a male-dominating sector. I mean, we coming through, we're struggling a bit. And now that you feel it's right for you to, move and make music and push it out there, what's the criteria you're going to be using? Because people will feel like, okay, it's already a tough space. Why is Enyo coming at this time? And what is her plan towards that?
Okay, so I would say that I'm just going with, I know I have luck, I have God by my side, so everything I do go first, yeah. And so, yeah, I feel like this is the right time like you just have the feeling that this is the right time. So this is the time I felt like I should go for it and do something that I really love, because music is something I really do love.
Okay.
And so yeah, I'm not, what you said is true, the music and the female side and all those problems, but I feel like I can face it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can, you know, I can be me and then come out, and then I can, I can make it actually.
Okay.
I don't look at that side at all.
What's the name of this one that you performed?
Player.
Player.
Yeah, it's a new song that's out.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you write this song?
Okay, I wrote it like, should I say, like earlier this year.
Earlier this year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What brought the inspiration? Was it a friend that had a broken heart, or do you feel like I mean, when it comes to the population in Ghana, and as far as the males are concerned, there are a lot of players out there. Yeah. What really brought this whole song?
Okay, so I wouldn't say, you see, as a musician, yeah, so we sing sometimes based on what we are going through, and sometimes on what we see around us, and people are being played. Like, people are being played, or people are also playing others. So this song is just made for people to relate to it, basically, not because I've been played or I've played someone. No, I just did a song to make people relate to it. Yeah. And this one was, I wrote it with my little sister.
Okay.
Yeah. So
she was being played?
No, no, she wasn't being played, but yeah, we just tried to make a song. Like I was like, what if someone is being played? What would you say? And then we started like making the thing together.
Yeah, but the lyrics are deep though. They are deep, and I love the hook. Player, 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 player. Stop playing. You're playing with my mind. You put the play plus mind. It's gonna show me. Not good. But anyways, would you be excited if, because I mean, yes, they say, oh, men are players and all that, but women also play. So would you be excited if, let's say, someone decides to, you know, pick this song and tries to do the female version, vice versa? Let's say maybe a top male musician hears the song. Oh, you know, this song is in it. Make I do the reverse. Would you be excited about that?
Yeah, I'll be really excited. Yeah.
And who do you see doing that?
I mean, I don't see someone doing it, but like if someone is going to do it, I'll be like really excited and proud.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the future like for you? I mean, when I say future, I'm not talking about 2 years, 5 years. I'm talking about this year, the remaining. I mean, we're already in July, so we're in the second phase of the year. Yeah. What's it like for you?
What's it like?
Yes, I mean, what are the plans? And I mean, as far as music is concerned.
Okay, so the plans is just to go big this year. I plan to go big, and as I said, God first. So. God has plans for everyone, and I'm sure mine is this year.
Okay.
So we're going to go harder on whatever I'm doing, my music thing, and just hoping for the best. So that's what I'm expecting.
Okay. So this song is out?
Yes, out.
Is out?
Yes, out.
On all digital platforms?
Yeah, all digital platforms.
It's Player?
It's Player, yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So there we have it. And most definitely, I mean, when it comes to your social media handles, where can we get? Somebody's watching right now feels like, oh, I love this song, or I want to collaborate with Enyo. How do we go about that?
Okay, so I'm on Instagram. It's Dagyo Enyo, and the Enyo is ANDYO. So you search me up, you contact my manager, and then we go from there. My team, everybody goes from that. Yeah.
Are we going to be seeing some collaborations?
Yeah, you will. Just be expecting some collaborations.
We should be expecting. What about a concert? What about a concert?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. Because I perceive or I see Enyo with a whole band, you know, like so we can just come and then we sit in front row, we're listening to your music back to back and all that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
To be expecting it.
We should be expecting it.
Yeah, I'll be giving that.
Great stuff. Well, there you have it. Well, she's out with a brand new one. It's called Player. Make sure you go. AM Clubbers, you know what to do. I keep on saying this. I mean, go stream. Go stream. Look for Enyo every single platform. Player is out there, so let's go, let's push it, let's make sure that she's heard as much as she can. And Charlie, rate it, give us the feedback and everything. Is there a video to this?
Yeah, there's a video.
Okay, it's on YouTube?
It's on YouTube,
okay, great stuff. So go in, let's stream. That's the only way she will get the money and go back to the studio and then record more. You know, this angelic voice, you don't want to hear him again. Sure, for go, then go push it, all right? I mean, my very first sight, as others were even talking about it, they will feel like, oh, you are the Ghana era star and all that. Yeah, you resemble her, but someone would see you and feel like maybe you're Nigerian. Oh. Are you?
No, I'm not. I'm fully Ghanaian. Yeah. Yeah.
Yupo, she be Ghanaian, no? She's Ghanaian. Yeah, she's Ghanaian, so please don't mistake her for Nigerian. In fact, Nigerian people, make you guys no go can't claim I'm saying she be your own. No, she's ours. She's here to stay. All right. So, Enyo, thank you so much for coming through, and we'll keep our tabs on you. You know, this is family. So anytime you drop something, please bring it through, and definitely we'll push it right here on the show. All right. So guys, that's how we wrap it up right here on the show. Yes, what a day it's been. It's a beautiful Wednesday. We'll see you same time tomorrow, where we bring you nothing but the very best right here on the AM Club. This is MX24. Keep acquainted with us. All right. We'll see you.
No, you should tell me who sexy is. Who's sexy? Why don't you want to tell me who sexy is? Why do you want to sing it for me before you tell me who sexy is? Like, why? Trust me, please. Okay, fine. You know what? Take it. Just take the phone and just leave. Will you leave me? Oh, well, fuck off.